welcome to Unite Now, where we bring unity to you, wherever you are.
Welcome to the fireside chat. The topic of today's conversation is how to achieve massive global growth. My name is Farheen Bandeli. I'm a senior client partner at Unity. Joining me today is Vikash Jaiswal, CEO and founder of Gametion Technologies. Gametion, of course, is the studio behind what has become a global phenomenon in Ludo King. Ludo King has reached incredible success and popularity, has been talked about by prime ministers and celebrities across the globe. And today, we would like to unpack how they did it. So let's get it into right. Today, we will cover an intro to Gametion and Ludo King, the growth that they saw, along with some of the driving factors, challenges they have faced along the way, and they will share some advice for other studios undergoing similar challenges. First of all, welcome Vikasji. What makes it stand out from other games in this crowded category?
So thank you, Fareen. If you are asking me, Fareen, makes a Ludo King stand out from other Ludo game? So the answer is very straightforward. Ludo King was released in 2016, and other Ludo games came much later on mobile. Now let me answer you about your other part of the question, that is making of Ludo King. I remember in the mid of 2015, I was looking for a game idea that would be loved by the masses. And then the Ludo idea came to me. I was excited by the idea where this game would be played by everyone. I was happy that I'm going to develop a game that would be played by even by older generations who don't play any game on mobile. A strong sense of nostalgia gripped me on the very thought of it. I started planning on game rules along with the other game elements. Although it's a very simple game, but has different rules throughout the world, or I can say Southeast Asian countries. So my main concern was to keep the rules as simple as possible. And you can see our game Ludo King. The main thing is in our game is a simplicity. So the simplicity was the key for Ludo King, which enabled a player for any age or a section of a society to play it. There are no learning with the classic game. I tried my best to keep it as close as the original physical Ludo game board. Lot of ideas were floating in my mind, but the main goal was simplicity. So I had to choose wisely on features. I believe this effort was the reason that made Ludo King stand out from the crowd or other games in this crowded category.
Amazing. So the game is made with Unity. And tell us why you decided to build with Unity and conduct of many of your operations of the game within the Unity ecosystem.
So, Fareen, to be very frank, back then I was not aware as to what game engine or a platform is best to work on. In 2015, start of 2015, when we started, switched to our platform, we were developing games for browser-based games, online games, or PC games. So I did some research and consulted my friends who were already developing games. They all suggested me Unity. However, I choose Unity for two reasons. First was they said me code once and deploy to any platform like Android, iOS, Windows, etc. And the second was the easy interface to work on. I remember last year, I spoke to someone in a some event, and who made his game in on some other engine, and he wanted to shift to Unity. His reason for doing this was that Unity has more features, it is easy to learn, and is less complex. Additionally, Unity engineers are continuously working as per market demand. This is the best thing I feel, and the update is coming on a regular basis on a Unity SDK. I think I recently had been I had read somewhere Unity engine today owns approximately 50% of market share in the game engine. So these are the reasons we develop all our games in Unity. Yeah.
Wow. So all the games made with Gametion are made with Unity. So what are a couple of factors that you think, attributed most to the rapid scale and expansion of Ludo King?
There are a lot of different factors that help to the rapid scale that Ludo King has seen. Most of us have played the Ludo game in our childhood, so there was an ease in onboarding, and there was no learning curve. Also, playing online with family and friends, staying apart, got them close while having fun together. The simplicity with the gameplay and graphics made it even more addicting. Most of the game's genre is played by a group of players or a specific kind of players. But in case of Ludo King, it was played by a huge mass. Everyone liked this game. So this game is again different from many other games, as this requires more than one player to play with, which could be up to six players at a time. In our Ludo King, there is a six-player board also in the Ludo King, and Ludo King has brought families together and introduced a lot of non-gamers to the gaming industry. And finally, Ludo King was the early entrants in the Ludo mobile game space, added to the rapid growth.
Wow,
Yeah.
this is interesting. Actually, I too love Ludo King and I do play. So why not just see the video and see how does Ludo King looks like, or maybe get some more idea. It's like you have play for different modes with computer versus computer, multiplayer.
There is another game inside the Ludo. It's Snakes and Ladder also.
Wow, it has got play with friends mode as well.
Pass and play, computer mode,
Expressed through emojis. This is very nice.
and the new features already we released yesterday on Android is voice chat.
Wow. So like you and me can chat and play together.
Perfect. Yeah,
Wow.
this is most awaited features.
Amazing. Awesome. So this is interesting. So as Gametion has partnered with us, Unity, over the long years, can you tell us, more like how Unity has helped you reach this level of expansion faster than you otherwise may have been able to?
Yeah, see, Farheen, back in 2015, we had a very fresh team who were learning and exploring the Unity engine, and here the ease of usage of the engine to build with a multi-platform capabilities helped us a lot.
Mhm.
If we had used any other platform, there would be have been a learning curve, or you can lots of trials and errors, and this has definitely helped us to save our cost and time spent. We see that hiring Unity resources is much easier compared to other engines. We saved
Wow.
on additional resources and time required to port on iOS and Android platforms together.
Mhm.
There is enough help already available in the form of documentations and online forums, where even a starter in Unity can become proficient. We hired few freshers later, and very soon they got onboarded on Ludo King project. So the easiness along this engine has helped us in expansion faster.
Yeah, so I think so. The game is made with Unity. We've been partnered with so many years. Uh, you are the faster mover in the industry. So why not just talk about growth? So let's just talk more and go deep dive into your success, understanding from the growth perspective. So what kind of growth did you actually see, and can you give us any specifics on the numbers that you saw over the period of time?
So recently, I read somewhere on Sensor Tower,
Mhm.
Ludo King was the fifth most downloaded game around the world in April or May uh, this year, and
Mhm.
someone from App Annie told me, actually your game is not fifth, your game is third, but the number is not available on a website. About the numbers, let me tell you, when we created and launched, I mean, we created and launched several mobile games before launching Ludo King in 2016. And when I was building this product, I was confident that it would be the in the top 10 rank in the board game category. But as soon as we released, I was shocked that in a 5 month of span, Ludo King was on top free game charts on Google Play in India. Our game has been consistently growing. I would like to share some exciting insights of Ludo King. So the number is Ludo King is ranked number one since May 2017, and the Ludo King reached 1 million downloads within a 25 days of uh, of the release. We crossed 100 millions installs in 500 days. That is approximately one less than 1.5 years. And another insight, like total downloads, total installs of Ludo King is more than 475 millions since its launch. During the pandemic, 51 million DAU, that is a daily active users, was the number. Monthly active users is around 185 million. Players are engaging more than 50 minutes daily. So these are the Ludo King numbers.
Oh my God, this is what you call as massive global growth. I mean, 51 million daily active users over the period of very short time. This is amazing. So can you just break down further in terms of what monetization levers, were most prevalent in your strategy, whether ads versus IP or any particular type of, ad formats that you rely on heavily?
Definitely. Uh, Ad monetization and in-app purchase were a part of the initial game launch, and we focused heavily on ad monetization as our monetization strategy at initial days. Roughly a year back, we have been focusing on adding more features that focus on in-app purchases. During that, themes, the Ludo King themes were a great example of this. Themes has been doing really good and adding a good amount of share in the app in-app purchase revenue on a daily basis. A year back, we used to rank almost between a 60 to 70 in India on the top grossing charts on Google Play. Now we rank within top 15 in India. So to sum this up, we have started focusing more in-app purchases as our monetization model slowly. Yeah.
Awesome. So this has obviously been a straining time, across the world due to pandemic situation. So, but I want to know from you, like, how has this changed your approach or strategy, if at all?
Yes, during the pandemic, this is a very interesting question, and this is going to be at the same time highly challenging situation for developers. The key to maintain success is by hearing what your players needs and adding short features with faster turnarounds. Today, players are not play games to enjoy games, but also have an eye for details as well. Simply, our increased engagement time to 50 minutes directly relates to this. They have a lot of time to write long emails, long review, which we need to read and implement. So, strategy here is to plan as per current situation and keep working with changed priorities based on the demand. Additionally, communicating with players is equally important. We have been using push notifications and in-app messaging to drive them to our game. And during the pandemic, we have increased the frequency of push notifications, and we see a good increase in the number of users starting up our game based on the push notifications. So these are our approach during this pandemic.
So since we are already talking about pandemic situation, I know it's very hard for all of us. But just as a result of the gaming surge, we have seen during this COVID situation, especially, it is different and it is outstanding. And has this changed or accelerated your plans for any future games to try and replicate the success of Ludo King?
Yeah, definitely yes. I would like to especially talk about our game, another game, Carom King.
Wow.
We believe this product has the ability and can replicate the success of Ludo King. Carom King is another board game which is uh, very much close to the physical carom board game, and we have kept the ratio of pocket and pocket sizes and pucks with the most of the carom rules. This is a online game which again brings nostalgia of childhood and again no learning curve. This game is doing great these days. We are seeing a huge increase in the daily active users and all other matrices with over 2x growth. Additionally, we are working on a couple of more new products that would be released by the end of this year. Yes.
Amazing. So you are coming up with more new products, and we would see more million downloads from Indian game developers successful like you. That's interesting. So I think we spoke about growth, and why not let's just speak more about our strong and growing relationship. So we that we both know each other from past very long years. So let's talk more about how we as Unity and the team has contributed. So how has specifically Unity ads contributed to your success, and whether from a performance point of view or maybe say relationship standpoint.
We have been using Unity ads since our early days. And yes, with regards to performance, it has been a consistent partner, generating a good revenue. The eCPMs are good. We have a long working relationship. Overall, in comparison, the best thing I like personally is about Unity ads is the smart caching of ads and fast loading and displaying of ads whenever needed in the game. And this is a really fabulous, super fast. Overall, the performance is a superior quality. Additionally, I would also like to highlight about you, Farheen,
About
great
me.
account manager assigned to work with us for years now. You are always available 24/7 for support over calls, messages, and you respond spontaneously with solution. So all awesome products and services of top quality.
Oh my God, this is so overwhelming, and thank you so much for that. I mean, you have made my day now. So it is good now, So that our relationship has quite strong, and we are very happy to see you successful. as you know, like many of the game developers, normally thinks that, first of all, that we have to do user acquisition, in order to say achieve a massive growth like what you have achieved globally. So, why not let's would you like to share some more insights about your user acquisition strategy?
Yeah, sure. Definitely, user acquisition is a must to have so that your game reach out to a mass audience. I would like to share my approach on acquisition strategy at different stages of game release and live ops. Starting with a game release, you need to target one or two countries, acquire the first batch of users, and track their user behavior to tweak the in-game KPIs. Once all seems okay, go for a global release. But again, try to track a set of countries differently and change in-game features to adopt as per different countries. Now, with regard to live ops, similar strategy to be used as compared to game release, but slightly different. The only difference now would be you need to release new features and test them accordingly with a small set of global user base, and then apply the acquisition strategy accordingly. And this is what we try to follow.
Completely. I completely agree with you. So we within Unity are also focusing into the engage section, especially the live ops tools like Delta DNA, which gives you an extensive CRM and player end-to-end management platform. So I completely agree with you that certain tool sets a game developer should use, and which really makes sense to kind of identify the pain points and the user level journey, and get to the proper ROI and acquisition strategy. And I completely on it. So it's very hard, especially for indie game developers, to find out the strategies of growing the user base and then perform specifically the app store optimizations, or find out the ways in order to grow the market, global appearances, and so on. Are there any ways that you are trying to support the indie game developer community, specifically since you have achieved a massive growth, and you would like to share some few thoughts in terms of support, or the kind of thoughts that you have in mind?
We at Gametion are keen on looking for some great games by indie developers and would like to extend publishing opportunities with them. Also, happy to invest in potential indies and startups. So, any indie developer or a startup hearing me out here can reach out to us for investments or publishing opportunities. Glad to be helped to support our gaming industry growth.
Amazing. So this support, definitely developers would be listening and would love to get your support. So since now we are already talking about, say, various insights with regards to growth and the opportunities, are there any best practices you would like to share with our game developer community?
Best practices. I would like to keep this one very simple and straight. Work on ideas that bring in some innovative designs and make you stand out of the crowded stores. Use a simplistic and natural approach. That is natural approach to deliver fun to players and get them engaged with your core gameplay. Once achieved success on core gameplay, there is no boundary that can stop you from expanding and seeing success. The important thing is ideas. Idea is money.
It's always a saying that success can never be achieved when unless you go through the hard pains, and across your journey, and there are various ways that you kind of find it as challenges and so on. So I'm sure it goes without saying that none of your success has been easy. So what are some of the challenges you have faced as you have scaled Ludo King, and especially your entire company, Gametion, and what's your advice? Would you like to give other studios, who may run into similar challenges or something like that?
Of course, you are absolutely right. Anything that sees success is always bound to go through various tough times and challenges. So, while on our journey with Ludo King, we faced many challenges. One of which I can talk about is something that happened recently since March 2020 during the initial days of pandemic in India or around the world. We saw a surge of approximately 10 times in the number of users playing our game. And during the peak time, we saw concurrency of users of approximately 1.5 to 2 million users.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and this was massive. As per our initial server setup, we faced we faced downtime. So every evening for a couple of days, for a few hours, especially in evening, we had to switch on maintenance mode in Ludo King. Me, my team, and our backend managed service partner worked round the clock to get this stabilized. In less than 10 days, we were back to normal and to take any amount of traffic easily. So my advice to the developers, to the indie developers, my advice is with regards to the situation mentioned above, just would be to focus on a building a relationship team that would trust and would stand at a difficult time to resolve issues and drive success.
Awesome. So the mantra would be resolve your issues and go for the success. Do not wait. So amazing. So we are having a good time today, Vikasji, and it's so wonderful. So would you like to share any final thoughts from your side?
Yeah, thank you so much, Fareen, for inviting me today. It's been an absolute pleasure having interacted with you and hope to see you soon. Thanks to the developers who have been the backbone of this industry, and all the best to the other players in the market. Hope to see really innovative and creative trends in the gaming industry in the near future. Thanks once again. Stay safe. Take care. Thank you.
Awesome. So, Vikashji, first of all, thank you so much for your time and sharing your experience with us. Ludo King has obviously been such a massive success, and and the more others can learn from it, the more industry grows and more opportunities we all have in scaling our businesses. For everyone in attendance here, we hope you gathered some valuable insights from today's chat, which I had with Vikashji, and that you can apply to your own businesses. You know, a recording of this session will be available shortly in case you want to go back and hear any points, key points. Thank you for joining us today and welcome. Yeah, thanks.